Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. How we all doing today? Today was my first day of the new unemployed career, and I gotta tell you, it was a pretty goddamn good day. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna start promoting early in the video. I always forget to the end, guys. Please, if you're watching the video, please like, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. It really helps try and grow this channel and try and get these videos out to people that really need to see them. The mission here is to help an active addict or alcoholic, right? So, all right, thank you guys. With that being said, I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, period. Really, I really do. Really good day today. I had a great day. The topic for today is going to be learning to live again, because that's what I'm doing, right? That's literally the whole point of recovery, is learning to live, finding who I am, what matters to me, what inspires me, what makes me happy. Because again, those are all things I lost, man. I know it sounds really hard to understand, but if you've lived in active addiction, you probably understand, right? Literally, my life was in survival mode for so long. It was literally working to get high and getting high to work. It would literally literally get to that point. I mean, I was spending everything I had on drugs just to be able to get through the day, and then working more to get more money to get more drugs, and then having to get more drugs to be able to work more to get more drugs. It's a horrible, just never-ending vicious cycle, guys. And again, through the power of prayer. I mean, literally, if I could have done it, I wouldn't have been out there. If I could have just done it by myself, I wouldn't have been out there as long as I was, because I wasn't happy for a long time, guys. Really long time. Um, but I had to get to a point where I was so beaten and so hopeless that I was willing to try anything. But again, it was actually a suggestion to say a prayer one night, and it just felt good when I did it. It just took that little bit of, just gave me a little bit of levity. So I continued to do so, and as I did so, I started to get, no, I mean, maybe a little bit of clarity. I can't, I'm still finding clarity, right? My brain's still, rewiring itself, but that's what it's taken for me, is a complete rewiring of the brain. But anyway, as I started to get a little bit of, no, not even clarity, I got a little bit of hope, is what it was, right? Because that's what faith is. That's what, talking to your higher power. That's what it is, guys. It gives you hope. And hope is everything, man. Because when you lose hope, it's hard. And I had lost hope. It pains me to say this at this point, but I literally was to the point where I thought that was the end. I thought, I didn't think I was going to make it to see the beginning of 2025, and I'm dead serious, guys. I honestly, that's where I was at, and it wasn't the first time drugs had brought me to that point. And I think maybe that's why I started to pray, because it was that spark inside of me that just wasn't ready to give up, even though physically I felt like I couldn't go on. Um, and the more I started to pray, the more I wanted it, right? The more I started to believe that there was hope, that there was, I could do this. And as I started to, really think about what I was praying for, and just keeping it basic, keeping it simple, but being very conscious about it, right? Asking God to let me walk in His light, because get me out of this darkness, because that's exactly where I was. I was in the darkness, guys. It really was, and I'm sure a lot of you, if you're walking in active addiction, you understand that, right? So this is why I'm reaching out, guys, because you can come out of it, and I'll tell you what, man. As I'm learning to live again, I'm realizing that there's so much, guys. There's so much beauty out here. There's so many reasons to live. We've had an open. I was talking about yesterday. I had an open text with all all my brothers and my sister. And guys, my face hurts from laughing. I mean, I've been dying. It's just there's just so much good, right? And there's so much you're missing out on, and so many good people are missing out on you, right? So, as I've said, find your higher power. Surrender. Admit that you're powerless, because if you're doing the things that I was doing to get drugs, you're powerless. It's taking complete control, right? I mean, that's a fact. I wouldn't I wouldn't do any of the things that I did for so long, sober, in a million years, guys. Because it's not who I am. It's not who I am. As simple as that. But I know it forced me to do things that just, under normal circumstances, are 180 degrees away from who I am, and that's why it was so painful to me. I was literally that far out of alignment. But you know, that's the power of addiction. That's why it's so important to get these videos to people that are in active addiction, man. I want to give you a little bit of hope. If I can accurately describe the feelings that I have today, the hope, the joy, the peace, the just the beauty that I see around me every day, and just the simplest things, guys. And you know, it's funny because you know I've been so full of light, and again, guys, I'm deep, you know, and I've got no problem admitting that. And this is something I would have never said before in active addiction. I was, you know, very, you know, me centered, right? I give it all to God, man, because I literally have turned it over to Him, and that's the key. I continuously, and I mean continuously, like every time I walk in my house, I hit my knees and pray. Because not because I'm afraid of the next wrong move, it's just because it's working so well, and I'm so appreciative of where I'm at already. And you know, materialistically, I haven't gotten anything. But I've gotten hope. I've gotten love for myself. I've gotten self confidence. I've realized who I am, what my worth is. I got the confidence to walk away from a job, and I have no concern. Like I'm not going to get the next one because literally, I've been working hard enough that I got enough side work I don't have to worry about. I'm literally putting my recovery first. I'm chasing my recovery like I chase the drugs, guys. And when they say that, I always thought that was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard. But guys, once you actually surrender to it and actually do it, it is unbelievable, right? Think about the energy you put into getting high, to having a hustle to get that next fix, right? You put that into recovery, and you can. You actually literally can. I didn't think that was physically possible. It is actually possible, guys, and it is incredibly powerful. You know, just I'm trying to think of, you know, other examples without getting, you know, personal and having it sound like I'm, you know, I'm not bragging, because I'm not, you know, I'm not GQ, I'm not, you know, I'm not balling by any means, right? But what I am is stable, right? I'm full of hope. I'm not stressing tomorrow. I didn't wake up this morning, you know, worrying about what I had in a baggie to get out of bed. You know, like, I enjoy making dinner now. I mean, I'm starting to eat well, like fucking fresh fruits and like, what? This isn't me, right? No, I used to go steal a microwave meal every day so I'd fucking eat something every few days. I mean, it's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But that's where it takes you, man. It's why I try to be as honest, as open as I can be here, because I want you guys to. I don't want you guys to think I was somebody that tried cocaine once and all of a sudden, you know, you know, I went to rehab and you know my life is back to normal. No, guys, I was a homeless junkie for 40 years, right? I mean, that's not who I am now, and not even close. And I hadn't been homeless in quite some time, and I hadn't shot drugs in you know many years. But regardless, dude, I was a daily addicted heroin fentanyl user who was smoking a ton of crack to get out of my head from being a miserable heroin addict, right? I mean, it's the most vicious cycles, like over and over again. And you know, I've talked about it. Every loss and trauma that comes along with it, I've faced over and over again. When I look at my record and realize that, like, I've been sentenced to jail or prison like 16 times, guys, that's insane. That is insane. I'm a college graduate, own businesses. Like, those two don't go hand in hand, but they do when you're an addict, right? Because no matter how hard you work, it's just going to take it away from you, no matter what. And it wasn't just a matter of putting the drugs down. It was actually praying and stopping and getting quiet and realizing what it is within me that it's got to be changed here. And for me, it was everything. That's simple, guys. I literally had to rewire my brain. I had to rewire who I am, how I look at myself, how I feel about myself, how I react to every situation. So basically, for the first few weeks, what I do is every time I had a thought, I went the opposite way. And that worked out real well for me because here I am today doing really well, right? Crazy, right? One of the things I enjoyed about having my own, being able to have my own schedule at this point, because I'm picking and choosing what work I get, what jobs I decide to do, because you know, in sobriety, I have that option. I don't have to take something because I got to get that money right now for a fix. Like, no, I can make a little bit of money spread, and I can decide what I want to do and what don't want to do. And what I do want to do is make all my appointments, right? My therapist appointments, my IOP appointments, my supplicate appointments, my doctor appointments, my dermatologist appointments, my dentist appointments, my home group, noontime group here in Somerville. It's amazing, gratitude group, right? If you're in the Somerville area, the Harvard Church on Mass Ave, man, at noontime every day. Gratitude group, they're fantastic, great group, guys. Talking to my buddy from there today, invited me to go on a commitment on February 21st at a halfway house here, and I'm thrilled for that, dude. I'm actually excited for that. Like, giving back at this point is amazing to me because I understand, like, that's what keeps me. Because, right, I used to be able to stay clean and sober when I was in a halfway house, when I was in a program, in a detox, in a prison. because I can do okay under certain structures where I don't have to make any real decisions for myself, right? That's what the whole point of these places are, is getting you back on your feet. And anyway, but the minute I got back on my own, I was right back to what I knew, because it was all I knew. So if I want to make changes, I got to make changes, right? Like if I want to see changes, I got to make changes. So literally, that's what I've committed to doing. And again, there's different roads of going about it. And I'm not telling you you have to go any one way, and I'm not telling you got to be Catholic, Christian, Protestant. I don't care, dude. You Buddhist, Muslim, Jewish, whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. It's a higher power. It's believing in a God. It's believing in something that's higher and greater than yourself. We didn't create this universe, right? I didn't. You didn't, right? So give it over to something that did. Clearly, there's something stronger than I am. Because I tell you what, as I've surrendered, I ask to turn over my will, to do His will, not mine. I give Him governance of my mind, body, and soul every day. I invite Jesus Christ into my heart and my home every day, multiple times a day. And these things are working, guys, because I am literally a different person. I mean, ask anybody in my family; they'll tell you straight up. Like, they've never met this version of me. I've never met this version of me. And everybody that does seems to, seems to notice it's an improvement, right? I certainly feel like it is, because I'm happy today. And again, my point of doing these videos, guys, you can't do as much internal change as I've done and not see external changes come along, because good things happen when you put out nothing but positivity. So get out of your head, get out of your own way, find a higher power, surrender to it, get into a program, get the help that you need, get honest, and the shit that makes you uncomfortable, chances are that's probably what you need. It certainly wasn't for me. The stuff I swore I'd never do is all the stuff I'm doing now, and I tell you what, it actually friggin' works, right? So we'll leave it at that. We'll try and keep these things short enough that maybe someone will watch them through. Guys, anybody watching, still watching, listen, I love you. I appreciate you so much. I really do. I'm really trying to make a difference here. That's what this is all about. Again, God loves you. I love you. If nobody else has told you that today, I do. God makes no two people the same. No two people have the same true divine purpose or path. Find yours. You find it through prayer, meditation, getting quiet, whatever works for you. But find it. Look honestly. Give it a shot, guys. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Life is so worth living when you are present. That's why they call it the present guy, right? Yes, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a present. It's a gift. That's why they call it the present. All right? Be here for it, guys. Thank you. Good luck. I'll talk to you tomorrow.